Alright, YouTube, what's happening? We've got another knife review. We're looking at another budget knife. This is another model from Kubey Knives. I did the D2 flipper on recently. Also known as CH Knives. I think it's the same company. Actually, I know it is. Even on Amazon listing of this knife, it says Kubey model Ku129 parentheses CH3510. So they're the same knife. You can find these on Amazon, DHgate, AliExpress, those kind of Chinese websites. So, but they sent it to me for review, and it actually is a surprisingly nice knife. I was a little shocked. So let's go ahead and talk about this knife. We'll go over the basic specs real quick. You have a overall length of 8.3 inches with a blade length of 3.7, a closed length of 4.5. Your blade thickness is 0.118. VG10 Super Steel, that's what they call it. Really just VG10. And it's got a drop point blade. It is on nice ceramic, smooth as glass bearings. Look at the action on this guy. Now, I'll show you in a minute. I'll do the disassembly video. I took it apart because it had a kind of a gritty action. I used a little nano oil, cleaned it up a little bit, and man, you can get super nice flipping action on this knife. So, it's also got really nice carbon fiber scales that I really like, and as you'll see in the video I did with the taking apart of the knife, yeah, it's got skeletonized liners. I mean, it's actually pretty well done knife. It's a little bit on the heavier side, being that it is carbon fiber because it is steel. Weighs just about 4 ounces, so not heavy by any means, but could be lighter. That's just the Best X Swordfish. All titanium weighs about the same, so should be a little lighter, but you do have stainless steel liners, and that's to keep the cost down. The cost on this was around $60, I believe, on Amazon. The link I'll put in the description is currently sold out, but they should be getting more in stock. So, but I think CH3510. Let's look at the CH model. I believe they can be had around the same price all the time, maybe even a little bit less if you're willing to wait. Now it looks like DHgate is about $78 for this knife as the lowest price. So I believe it was right around $60-70 on Amazon. So it is still in the budget realm, in my opinion. And it does have really nicely done carbon fiber scales. If you like carbon fiber, they're well done. They're not peel ply. They're not like a laminate, like a Spyderco does. They're actually real carbon fiber, which is nice. It does have this nice anodized blue pivot collar, which looks really nice too. Nice little touch there. It is pretty comfortable in the handle. Ergonomics are good. It's a little wide, I feel, in the hand. Let's get some measurements here. It's definitely over a ½ inch. Yeah, 0.55 actually, so it's a little thick in the handle. They could have thinned this knife out a little bit, and I believe the blade stock is pretty thick. I mean, it said 1.11, but I'm thinking it's 1.1565 inches thick, so it's a pretty thick blade stock. Behind the edge is pretty thick as well, 0.028. So not horrible. I've had other knives that are thicker than that behind the edge, so not horribly thick, but the blade stock kind of makes sense that it's pretty thick. You do have a stonewashed flats with the satin grinds. Yes, have this interesting swedge up here. That it's a nice aesthetic look. The knife is definitely aesthetically pleasing. It looks nice. It looks like a more expensive knife. If you look at it, didn't see the brand and the gigantic VG10 branding on it. I don't know why they did that. I would definitely tell them not to. Knife guys don't like tons of billboards all over their knives. That it would be even more attractive. So I've been carrying this and using this for a few weeks actually now. I think I've had it a couple weeks, at least 2, and its action is superb. I mean, I got it really dialed in. Got the centering good on it. As far as a cutting tool, it's definitely could be a little thinner in the handle, but it is comfortable. There is no jimping up here, so you're not going to get a lot of traction there. And it's decently. It's not terribly thick behind the edge, but it's a little thicker than The blade stock's a little thick for my liking, and the thinness isn't great, but it still cuts. I mean, it doesn't slice like, you know, perfect, you know, awesome or anything, but it still cuts things. So let's go ahead and roll in the footage of the disassembly and everything, and then we'll come back and finish the video. All right, we are going to disassemble the Kubey A063. I already took out the pivot and the collar, so it had a little bit of grit in it, and typically I might just blow that out with compressed air and not worry about taking it apart, but you know, part of knife reviews is, I think, is to take knives apart, see how they work inside, and see what how they're finished inside and those kind of things. So we're gonna do that. Again, this is a T8 only. This is a nice carbon fiber scale, guys. This is definitely nice carbon fiber too. It's, yeah, definitely nice, especially for the money. You can see you got your big steel liner here, which is skeletonized quite nicely. Don't know why everyone doesn't do that to steel liners. Can't imagine it adds a ton to the manufacturing, but just drilling some holes essentially. Yeah, it had some pretty good dirt and grime in there. And you got your stop pin. Liner lock on this side. Bearings, which are pretty dirty. I don't know why these Chinese companies do this with all this grease. It's like just not necessary. But we don't mind taking it apart, cleaning it out a little bit. This knife already has a good action on the box, so I imagine that after we clean it, it's going to be even better. The centering was a titch off when I got it, so we're going to clean that up. I don't think we're going to take apart that other liner. I don't see a reason to do so. They got these nice blue pivot collars. It's a nice touch. Blow that pivot. Love compressed air. Alright. There's a little bit of stuff on that lock face. Okay. We will put that bearing there. Let's do some nano. Don't need a lot. One drop should suffice per side. I'll put some on the detent ball there. And some right here on the track. So that's 3 drops, I guess, on that one side. Put them there on that track. Oh, like what's going on here? Stop pin. The stop pin does not want to go in all the way on this second liner, so I'm wondering if it's designed to go a certain way. Yep, I think it is. Yep, it is. So it's got to go in a certain way because now it's sitting nice. Alright, put the carbon fiber back on. Let's do these little screws here. I'm impressed with these little Kubey knives. It's the second one they've sent me, and that little JGD2 flipper was nice. Had nice skeletonized liners, nicely built for the money. I love these magnetic bits. They're the best. Get those nice and snug. Let's put that. Wait. Is that how it goes in? Like that. Okay. So, last video I had some Loctite issues because I was using I cut open the thing and it was just coming out too fast. So I put the Loctite in an old nano oil applicator I had, which is nice because you can do one drop. Boom! You don't need a lot. You do a lot of Loctite, typically you just gum up your action, make it worse. So just get a little bit on there, get the action where you want it, and then let it cure for 24 hours. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we got a little bit of play there, so let's make sure this side is tightened. Kind of messed with our centering a little bit though. So that's making it go to that side. There we go. Yeah, pretty good on the centering. Yeah, pretty dang good. And it's not. Still a little bit of side-to-side play. Okay, that's solid. Well, centering is slightly to the left, but not bad enough to worry about. And that action is smooth as can be. Look at that. Okay, let's let that Loctite sit. Alright guys, wrapping up the video. And one interesting point I will point out here. On the knife model, you can see right there it says A-063, but the Amazon listing is for, what did I say, KU129, I believe. Let's double check. Yeah, KU129. So, also known as the CH3510. It is a high quality build. It has a great action, better than a lot of knives that cost quite a bit more money even. So one thing they did get right is the action of the knife, and the D10 is great. It's a great flipper. So if you want a good flipping knife with nice carbon fiber, and you don't mind VG10 steel at this price point, it's pretty reasonable when you think about the Spyderco Delica here that has VG10 is just FRN handles, and it's about 70 bucks, and this is about the same price. But you get carbon fiber, you get a bigger blade, you get bearings, so the value is definitely good. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.